So I don't have my microphone on, and I just really hope you guys can hear me throughout this video, but I'm gonna do like a little drive with me while talking video because I have a couple things that I really want to address. I'm gonna try to make this video as not edited as I possibly can because I don't know. I feel like you need to see all emotions that kind of go through my mind, but also I'm too lazy to edit. So, if you have not already, go watch, I'll leave it in the description box, Kayla Malik's story, and so you might know where this is going just by that name, if you've seen her on TikTok and YouTube and all that. I'll leave it's a 2-hour long video, but it's definitely worth the watch. I'll leave it first link in the description. But basically, Kayla Malik is a young girl, who was just a victim of domesticated violence. And you might be like, well, Michaela, why do you care? Like, this isn't your life, this is her private business. Number one, I care because, yes, it's her story, but it's also reality, and it happens every day. It happens all the time, and so I definitely want to speak out against this and kind of give my thoughts, because yes, it does happen all the time, and it is a very, very messed up thing. And let me tell you guys, take notes. A guy should never hit a girl, and here is why. Scientifically, the stats prove it and everything. Men are stronger than girls. Obviously, you know, I'm 18. I could beat up a 5-year-old boy. That's not what I mean. I mean, in general, a guy is stronger than a girl. That's just the well-known facts. It's the truth. It's a hormonal thing. You know, I'm not trying to offend anybody. It's the hardcore truth. So a man should never hit a woman. Never. Born a man, born a woman. I don't care. If you were born a man, you should never hit a biological female. I do not believe in the whole trans thing. I'm very conservative. I'm very religious. But that's not my point. You know, biological male, never hit a biological female. It just should never happen. That's where I'm going with that. And so, where do I start? I saw Kayla Malik's videos on TikTok, and that's where I first saw them. And, you know, I'm a nosy person, so at first it was, you know, I saw her TikToks, I heard the word abuse a lot, and I heard my boyfriend hit me and whatever, and I was like, okay, honest, like not even rude, like genuinely curious. I was like, okay, is she being over dramatic, because I do that a lot, or is she like genuinely she's been being beat to her death? So I got nosy and I started, I don't want to say stalking, but I had to go follow the story because I wanted to know what was going on. I'm a nosy person, like I said. And so I looked at more TikTok videos, and that wasn't really giving me the full story. Like, I was still kind of confused on some parts. So, in one of her TikToks, she mentioned that she made a YouTube video on it. So I went to her YouTube page, and I looked up the video, and it was like a 2-hour, 8-minute long video of her telling the story. And once I started watching it, I couldn't stop. Like, it was just something that I knew I had to listen to. Especially in the video, she mentions like she'd wished somebody else had made a video about that, because it probably would have saved her life if somebody had. And so once I started, you know, watching the video, I got really intrigued, and she really pulled me in. Her story was very powerful, and I knew that I had to give it a listen because maybe it could save my life. And so I know my worth, and I know I'm worth so much more than that. And she did not at the time, and that's okay because a lot of people don't. I do know my worth, and I know I don't deserve a man who's gonna beat on me, and so I genuinely don't think that that'll ever happen to me, but she probably didn't think that would ever happen to her either, and here we are. So she honestly was, I mean, she didn't know. So there she was getting beat. And so honestly, I don't think it would ever happen to me, but if I'm anything like her, it's definitely a possibility. It definitely could happen. It could happen to you, and you just don't know it yet because you're not aware of your worth, even though you think you do. Because honestly, maybe I think I'm aware of my worth, but I don't really know. You know what I mean? And so it definitely could happen, and it could happen to you. Like it's really a powerful story that I encourage you all to go listen to, because honestly, you might be like, no, that's okay. Like, I definitely know my worth. I don't have to go watch it. But even if you know your worth, I recommend going to watch it because it is super powerful and it's something you can share with people. And if you guys want to make your own videos kind of speaking out against the topic, that would be A, amazing. B, go watch the video if you're going to do that to get, you know, as many facts as you possibly can about the situation before you start speaking on it. But like, I don't watch YouTube videos anymore, but something drew me to this girl and this video, and I just knew that I had to watch it. So yeah, it started out with me being nosy, but then hello? That car just cut me off. It started out with me being nosy, but then it did go into, wow, like this is so powerful, and I feel like I need to listen to this. So I did. I watched the whole video. At the very end of the video, there are clips of her being abused, so there's like your warning now. There's also a warning at the beginning of the video if you go to watch it and like you didn't make it this far in mine, or you skipped over this part or whatever. But there is a warning, and I warn you now to be safe. Anyway, I warn you, and I do encourage you to watch it if you can handle that stuff, but also the ending is kind of graphic. She does show like pictures and videos of her being beaten, of blood, of scars, of bruises, and it does get very graphic. There's one video in it. Heads up, I'm going to kind of describe it right now, so skip over this part if you genuinely can't handle that, because I know some people who can't handle even just talking about it. But basically what happened is, in this little clip at the end of her video, she is screaming and just bloody murder screaming as he is punching her and beating her, and you can't see it because the camera had fell at this point. It's like he knocked it out of her hands or something, but he starts, like, you could hear his fists hitting her, and he's just wailing on her, and she is bloody murder screaming. And it honestly was the saddest thing I'd ever seen. I've never seen a domestic violence case. I mean, I vaguely heard about it, but where I come from, it wasn't a big deal, because I grew up in a small town that, like, nobody's heard of, and so, like, it just, who's honking? But, so, like, we don't hear about that kind of stuff because everybody knows everybody in this town. It's a safe little town. Like, we all take care of each other. That's where I grew up. So, like, it wasn't something you heard of a lot. I mean, I know what it means. I've heard the word. Don't know how, don't know why, don't know how that came up. I know what the words mean, domestic violence. I'll put a definition up on the screen if you guys want to, if I can remember, and if you guys want to know what that means. But, like, a full definition of the word. But, basically, where the heck was I going with that? Like, I had a thought in my head, but it disappeared. Let me think. I don't know where I was going with that. But it is so powerful, and it definitely was the hardest thing I'd ever had to watch. I never had seen such a thing, and honestly, I didn't believe it could get that bad. One of the quotes she says that I will quote now, I really like the quote. It's a pretty powerful quote. She said at the very beginning of her video, if he can hit you, he will kill you. And I didn't know that was true. Like, I mean, I knew abusive relationships were a thing, but honestly, when I would think of an abusive relationship, I thought of, wow, he would punch her in the face or slap her and then just be done, you know, like, or kick her maybe, or whatever the heck. I didn't know that it got as bad as, like, pounding, wailing, totally just beating the crud out of girl. Like, I didn't know that was an actual thing. This person's gonna cross. But I genuinely did not know that people went through it so bad to where their boyfriend could genuinely kill them just from beating them up. And I am not trying to defend this guy in any means. I do have some thoughts on why he acted this way. Does not mean he was in the right. He was absolutely in the wrong. It was absolutely disgusting what he did. The devil had a hold of him. Like, he had a I am going to look at this a little bit from a biblical perspective as well. But yeah, Satan definitely had a hold of him. I don't know what he did to fall into the devil's trap. But, I mean, Satan had it. And so, I think this guy is an alcoholic for sure because of the way she talks about him. I just think that, like, he has a drinking problem, and hopefully he figures that out. I also think that he maybe, like, has been cheated on in the past by a bunch of other girls because he calls her an SLUT all the time, and he, like, thinks she's going to cheat on him all the time, and he, like, calls her out for it, and she doesn't know what he means half the time. And so I genuinely think either that I think it's one of two things, and I'm kind of 50-50 on it. Like, I don't really know where that could have been, but I think that guy just looked at me so weird. I think either he's been cheated on by so many girls in the past, or B, usually somebody will say that and accuse you of cheating when they're the person cheating. So either he was cheating on her, which there's signs that kind of lead to that, so I might be leaning more towards that actually. But either he was cheating on her, or he has been cheated on, or both. Both could have happened. But this guy, I went and did a little more research on him. Her boyfriend at the time, he started manipulating his audience. So basically us as viewers and who are following Kayla Malik's story, like, he's trying to manipulate us into thinking she's the bad guy. Because he was making videos online that were like, yeah, it's all her fault. Like, I only hit her once and it was for this and this. When there was so much more proof that she gave us, this guy is trying to defend himself. Like, you just admitted to hitting to her anyway, so why the heck would we take your side? Oh shoot, I meant to get gas. Hopefully I don't run out. It's fine. It's such a powerful topic. I mean, this guy, I genuinely think should be behind bars the rest of his life, because us women need to stick together. At no point do I wish death among anybody. However, this guy needs to be behind bars for the rest of his life, I think. Honestly, if I had been a witness to the situation, and it wasn't through TikToks and videos online, but honestly, if I had genuinely witnessed what was happening and I had seen him hitting her, I would have totally stepped in, started screaming and yelling at this guy. I probably would have called the cops. Like, so much would have happened if I had been a witness to this. Girl code, you know, girls gotta stick together, we gotta be there for each other. Sisters before misters, you know, like, I can't even imagine what it would be like to have your boyfriend physically abuse you. I've known people where their boyfriends have mentally and emotionally abused them, but I've never seen physical abuse. And honestly, that video, watching it, kind of scared me. So beware, it is a very powerful video, and again, it'll be like the first video in the description box. Go find Kayla Malik on TikTok as well if you want to see more clips of it. Just kind of, And girls, honestly, just be safe out there. Like, that's the advice I'm gonna give you for this. Be safe. Do not, if a guy, she mentioned in her video, you know, like, if she stayed with him because, like, he would slap her and then the next day it would be, oh my gosh, babe, I'm so sorry. Like, those kind of guys will never stop. It's kind of like if a guy cheats on you and then says, I'm so sorry, it'll never happen again. It's going to happen again. Like, you girls need to know that out there. Like, if he cheats on you once, it's absolutely going to happen again. Like, if you catch him cheating, he's not going to tell you he was cheating on you. You're going to find out, and then he's going to go do it again if you ever, like, accept that apology. Like, he's going to. Whether you find out that second time or not. It's kind of like that, but way more physical and way more serious. Like, if he slaps you, it's just gonna escalate from there. I mean, if he slaps you and he like apologizes the next day, like, I'm so sorry, I was drunk, I didn't mean to do that, like, that wasn't me, that was drunk me, like, it wasn't my fault. Okay, A, absolutely was his fault. B, break up with him because that means every time he drinks and every time he gets drunk, he's going to beat you. And just honestly, maybe it's not even when he's drunk. Maybe he genuinely beats you because he thinks it's fun, or he thinks like, oh, I'm more powerful than a girl. Like, I've heard of that. I've never seen it, but I've heard of guys doing that. And so, like, genuinely, he will continue to beat on you. If you let him get away with it once, it's going to happen again and again and again. He's not the love of your life. Even if he tells you, like, I love you, I'm so sorry, I would never do that to you purposefully. Like, he does not love you. If he has to beat on you, he does not love you. And I'm sorry to break some of your girls' hearts right now, but it is the God to honest truth. I've only been honest with you in this video. Like, the God to honest truth is that he will do it again. And if you're okay with that, if you're like, that's fine, like, I'm used to it, or that's okay, like, whatever, you're okay with not being loved, you're okay with being hit, you're okay with being kicked, with being beat, being emotionally abused, telling you you're not good enough, you're okay with all that, then girl, you are not ready to be in a relationship, because that just means you need to go work on yourself some more before you will ever be ready for a relationship. You have to be fully ready, and let me tell you, if you're okay with that, you're not ready. And I know some of you will argue with me on that, but genuinely, I'm telling you, I'm just trying to save you guys, okay? That's what I'm doing here. My goal is to save you guys, not tell you what to do. It's to save you. Because like I said, us girls need to stick together, and something like this could kill you, and I don't want to see anybody killed because of that. There's someone right there, so this is going to be so awkward. But I'm gonna go. So I just got back to the dorms, so I am gonna go. Just be aware, guys. Know your worth. Don't settle for anything less, okay? Go watch Kayla Malik's video. Go watch her TikToks. She explains it a little bit on there. If you don't have time to watch a video, or if you don't want to watch the full video. So just got back to the dorms, so I'm gonna go inside and I wish you all the best.